We're at Danish Chef School today, where we are coming to learn about healthy food for diabetic patients, specifically smoothies. I can't wait to taste them. My name is Nanama Anabempong. This is Health Check on GH Today. So we are speaking with Akosia Konedu Yadom, who is a registered nutritionist. Akosia, you are welcome.
Thank you so much.
So please, what exactly is diabetes?
Diabetes has to do with elevated level of glucose in the system.
Okay.
So we know that our body runs on glucose, just like a car runs on fuel, petrol or diesel. Our body needs glucose to function, yes. And so glucose is very essential for every one of us. But where there is diabetes, especially the type 2, we have various types of diabetes. We have the type 1 diabetes, we have type 2 diabetes, that is the diabetes mellitus. We have pre-diabetes, we have gestational diabetes. So depending on where you find ourselves, gestational diabetes has to do with pregnant women who are diabetic, yes. And type 1 has to do with people who are insulin dependent. So they have to inject insulin to make sure their blood glucose level is regulated. Yes, and then for the type 2, which is the common one, has to do with high levels of glucose, and they need to be taking medication to make sure their levels are are constantly being checked. Yes, so that is diabetes. Instead of having, let's say, 1, you have 2 in your system in the layman's language, and it causes, yes, some health effects.
Okay, so can a poor diet affect a diabetic patient?
Obviously, yes.
Okay.
Because already you have elevated levels of glucose. In as much as you need the glucose, let's say your body needs 50, you have 100. So it means that you have in excess. And so we'd have to make sure that you are eating right to make sure we are helping you to regulate your blood sugar or your blood glucose levels.
What are the health benefits of granola?
It helps with checking our blood cholesterol.
Okay.
So our body makes cholesterol, that is the HDL cholesterol, or the good cholesterol. As far as the strokes, the heart diseases, the irregular heartbeats are concerned, has to do with elevated levels of the LDL cholesterol, which is the bad cholesterol, and they are gotten from the foods we eat. Yes, and so if you have a food ingredient helping you to check your blood cholesterol level, it means that it is helping you to guard your heart from being at risk, yes, of some of these conditions I mentioned about. It has other health benefits. It helps regulate the blood sugar levels of persons with diabetes, and you started off by talking about diabetes. So obviously, if you have diabetes and you are taking some of these things, it means that you are helping your system. It is rich in potassium, yes. And potassium also has amazing benefits for overall health. It is one of the most important, among the minerals and vitamin.
Okay. Can you touch on a couple for me?
Your blood pressure, obviously, it makes sure that you have a healthy blood pressure. And for that one, you can walk into any health facility, tell them to check your blood pressure so that you know where you fall.
Okay.
Yes, it's the ideal is between 120 over 80. So sometimes you have ranges depending on where you find yourself.
Is there such a thing as healthy desserts?
I always say that the fact that everybody is eating this doesn't mean that that's what you have to stick to. You can twist your meals. You can add what you want to add. Yes. So if you are health conscious or a health conscious person, let me say, you can have a way of enjoying your meals. We have healthy mayonnaise. You can prepare healthy mayonnaise. I wouldn't vouch for most of my clients or patients taking some of the mayonnaise we have on the market, but if you can prepare healthy mayonnaise, why not?
Healthy mayonnaise, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that's great.
Maybe you can have a recipe
to do that. Yes, that would be good. Now, going back to the granola, is there anything specific in it that makes it healthy?
Okay, so everything about what I spoke about, if you have something that is helping you to make sure your heart is protected, if you should lose your heart right now, where would you be? If you have something to make sure your blood sugar is checked, it means that you are having no diabetes. Yes, if you have some of these wonderful minerals and vitamins being pumped into your system, it makes they all come together to make sure that your overall health is just staying there.
Okay. The other ingredient is banana. What exactly are the nutrients for banana, please?
Okay, so banana is loaded with energy, and our body runs on energy or glucose, yes, and then it's loaded with dietary fiber. So we need fiber to prevent constipation, to make sure our digestive system is improved on in a positive way. Yes, and so once you are taking a lot of foods or fruits, vegetables, whatever it is that is loaded or rich in fiber, it makes sure that it's taking care of your digestive health. Most importantly, but there are other benefits like I mentioned about. Once it is preventing constipation, in Ghana there are people who can walk 3 days and they've not used the washroom. I think it's a serious error, because if you are putting food every day in here, it has to come out.
Sure, because I was told that a banana will, I think maybe it's the quantity, that if you eat too many bananas it will stop you from using the washroom. So now you are telling us that rather it will aid you to use the washroom. But I think when we were talking earlier, we spoke about the quantities of
Thank you
food.
so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So the key word here is quantities or portions. That's a problem we have here. Once we buy banana sitting on the stock, we want to finish everything.
Messy.
Yes. So so ideally with the foreign ones, if you're a lover of the foreign ones, you realize that they are bigger, and so 2 servings of that is okay. The local ones, a day or for a snack. So you realize that we talk about a day's meal. You have to make sure you are taking breakfast, and in between lunch, and in between before dinner, so it can pass for one of the in-betweens or the snacks.
What are the health benefits of lemon juice?
The lemon juice is loaded with vitamin C.
Wow,
Yes, so you get vitamin C from lemon juice or all the citric family foods, lemon, tangerine, oranges, lime, whatever. Once it belongs to the citric family, you are getting vitamin C. Vitamin C has amazing benefits for our bodies. It helps with the absorption of iron, most importantly. Yes, it improves. Once your iron levels are improved on, it means that your HB levels are being stabilized, because it has to do with producing healthy red blood cells. And so once you have healthy red blood cells, it means that you have healthy blood. Yeah, so if you have something that will aid the absorption of iron, it means that you are serving your body some goodness.
It's better, yeah, I suppose so, because iron is obviously something that we need a lot more of, and if it's pushing it in more, then it's doing a good job. And then what about the vitamin C?
Okay, vitamin C we spoke about, you get it from the iron, so I don't know where it's coming from. Yes, because obviously if you are benefiting from vitamin C is what you find in the lemon or the lime you spoke about. Yes, you spoke about mint.
Yes. Fresh mint.
Okay, so fresh mint, it aids on the flavor. So there is this effervescence, like this flavor that comes with using mint. It aids in digestion. It's a herb, so obviously you receive some health benefits from using mint. If nothing at all, it's improving on the smell, on the taste. It helps, especially when you find pregnant women who especially finds themselves within the first trimester nauseating and throwing up a lot. Mint is one way, or one of the best ways to make sure you help keep a lot of what they eat in them. Yes.
So can you eat it raw?
I wouldn't ask you to do that. So you have to add on. So it should be part of a preparation or part of your meal. Like I said, it's an effervescence or a flavor. Yes. So if it's a flavor, it means that you are adding it to something to improve on and the smell or how a product is coming out. Yes, so that is what an effervescence or a flavor should do. So you can take it raw.
Okay. So what are the other things that maybe
you can best take it raw?
Okay. Okay. So what are the other things that diabetic patients can also eat or use, especially with regard to desserts, so that they are not going to increase their insulin levels?
Fruit salads.
Okay,
so fruits are very, very good. They are low in calories. So you realize that diabetes has to do with they having a lot of glucose in their system. So we have to make sure that we are constantly beating down their caloric intake. So we can all have bread. But for you, a normal person, you would like to go for the butter bread, yes, the sugar bread. But for a diabetic client, I would want to beat down their glycemic index. That's the ability for glucose to be pumped into their bloodstreams. And so I recommend wholemeal bread, like wheat bread. flaxseed bread. Yes, just to make sure that they are enjoying the same bread, but their caloric intake is on the low as compared to you.
Okay. And then any other desserts?
Okay, so you can have healthy vegetable salad. There are people who can take plain salad, so I always tell them you can add soft avocado to it so that it makes them all come together. So what the mayonnaise will do for you, the avocado can do for you. You just make sure you are beating it into a paste. Yes, so that you can at least spread it on. There are people who just chop it into their salad and you have a healthy salad. Yes, you can spread a teaspoon of olive oil over it if you are not comfortable with the avocado, but you will enjoy the avocado. You can try it. It's healthier than you having a chunk of mayonnaise sitting in there, because where the problem is about the dressing and not just the salad. So the dressing is what makes it unhealthy.
Okay, so I think we can also look at cholesterol, anemia, digestion, weight loss, heart health, brain and organ function, skin as well, and blood pressure management with the granola especially as well. And I mean, this is something that obviously it tastes very nice, and I think that people have a wrong view of dessert in general, and obviously with the sugar and things like that.
It's because of what we are being served with.
Okay. Okay. So can you go into that a little bit for us?
Like I said, if you go to our big hotels and your restaurants, you find out that there are 7 things that are pleasing to the eyes. But ask yourself, that is what I'm being served with, having everything my health will need, would it benefit me in a positive sense? Once it is served, yes, you have the chance to choose. So I always say that you are your own we are our own enemies when it comes to eating. So if I know that they have served fruits and I want to do a dessert, you can go for it. You don't eat cakes every day. There's a free day for you so that it doesn't look so stiff, because I'm trying to help you, but I don't have to impose something on you. So you just have to lobby and then know that, okay, Nanama, taking this is going to make sure I pump a lot of glucose into my system. Why don't I go for this rather? So it has to do with our attitude. Okay,
so everything in moderation.
Yes.
I think that's the key that we are looking at.
Once it's a wedding, you can enjoy. I can take cakes. I take everything. I don't restrict myself, but I know when to take it and how much to take.
So the wisdom in that I would take away is that everyone should have some form of a meal plan or something that they can keep a track of, but doesn't mean that they can't go off of it.
Yes.
But it just means that there needs to be something to keep them healthy and on target, because obviously if they don't check their cholesterol, if they're not checking the insulin and their intake of certain foods, especially desserts, then it may cause them a problem.
When you are being served medication, they attach time to it. So why do you think you can wake up today and decide to at 6 and decide to eat at 9, tomorrow decide to eat at 11, but you would want to stick to how the guidelines for your medication? Yes, there are enzymes in our bodies, especially in our tummy. They come, let's say you wake up at 9, you fed for 9 for a particular period of time. At 9 they are there, they want food. There is no food, they start to feed on your stomach walls. So you have to make sure, like you said, it's because of the meal plan you brought in there. I have to be disciplined. By 9 I have taken my breakfast, so come what may, I am taking breakfast at 9. At 1 p.m. I am taking lunch. I am taking lunch at 1 p.m. no matter where I find myself. At 6 p.m. I am taking supper. That is what it is. And I'm doing my healthy in between. So that is where meal plans come in. You can draw it in your head and know that my grandmother is not learned, but she knows that by this time she has to take breakfast. So it is the discipline, yes. I can draw a meal plan for you. If you don't stick to it, we won't achieve what we want to achieve.
Sure. Wow, Okusia, thank you so much for your time. I think I have taken away that everything in moderation, and especially if one is a diabetic patient, just to monitor the intake of especially sugar. But I think that the granola and banana smoothie will be a great supplement to somebody who wants something a little sweet, but that it will keep their insulin levels down.
And then the servings, just a glass.
Okay.
6 to 8 ounce. So you don't
Okay.
blend like, you know what I'm talking about. We
Yes.
love to abuse
Yes.
things.
Yeah.
Yes. So stay check.
Sure.
And you don't
Sure.
have to do this every day.
That is delicious. Now that has been me, Nanama Anabempong, on Health Check today. And we've been making granola and banana smoothies. Try it at home, especially if you're a diabetic patient. And enjoy. See you again next time.